You ever watch someone lose 2 million bucks in under 3 minutes? Because that's exactly what happened on our street, all thanks to a single 911 call from our HOA president. I swear if there was ever a Hall of Fame for suburban screw-ups, Brenda Harrison would get her own statue, designer heels, clipboard, fake smile and all. Let me back up a sec, because this isn't just a story about fishing, it's about power pride, and the kind of neighborhood drama that would make reality TV look tame. It was a Saturday like any other California Sunshine Lake, glassy as a mirror. My grandpa Samuel parked on his favorite bench, that old rod in his hands, humming some tune I'd heard since I was a kid. I was busy fighting with the fence post out front while the Rodriguez kids 2 doors down were raising hell on their scooters. That was our normal. At least it used to be before Brenda decided being HOA president meant running a dictatorship. You could hear her before you saw her click, click, click down the street, high heels spelling trouble for whoever was in her way. She always came armed with that HOA handbook, swear she treated it like some holy scripture. She corners my grandpa, all smiles and syrup. "Mr. Samuel, I've noticed you fishing here quite often." And before you know it, she's quoting bylaws like she's got them tattooed on the inside of her eyelids. Section 4.3. The HOA owns and manages the entire lake. Fishing is prohibited. She said entire lake like she wanted it engraved on her tombstone. Grandpa just sits there cool as ever. "Young lady, I've been fishing this spot since before you had a mortgage. My son bought this place in '85. I moved in after my wife passed, been catching and releasing, not bothering anyone." She snaps a dozen pictures, scribbles notes, acting like she's building a legal case against public enemy number one. Then she walks off, looking back every few steps like she expects Grandpa to whip out a bazooka and start blasting fish out of the water. That should have been our warning, but we still believed in things like reason and compromise. Not with Brenda. She wasn't looking for neighbors, she wanted subjects. Our neighbor Tom, the unofficial mayor of the block, comes over as Brenda struts away. "Careful with that one. Art," he says. "She made the Johnsons pull up their garden gnomes, 20 years. Those things sat there next day gone." I tried to laugh it off, told Grandpa not to let her bother him, but as we walked back to the house, Brenda's still there at the corner, watching, writing, plotting. That was the shot fired across our bow. Grandpa says low and serious, "That woman reminds me of someone from my old unit. Little authority goes straight to their head, turns them dangerous. Never thought I'd see him proven right so soon." A week of false calm, and then we get the letter, bold type legal threats, cease and desist. I crumple it up, try to let it go. Thought ignoring her would starve her of the attention she craves. Thought wrong. Wednesday rolls around thick with that sticky California heat. Brenda shows up again, this time flanked by 2 board members, like she's worried my 70-year-old grandpa's gonna tackle her into the lake. Grandpa's sitting there, same spot, humming Moon River, completely at peace. I run outside, but I'm too late to intercept the train wreck. Brenda's voice cuts through the morning. "This is your final warning, Mr. Myers. My husband drowned in this lake 5 years ago trying to save a child. I won't allow any more risks." Her voice cracked, and for a split second she almost looked human, pain, loss, all of it right there on her face. Grandpa sets his rod down, tells her gentle as you like, "I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am. Nobody should have to go through that." For a moment I think maybe this is the end of it. But the window slams shut. Brenda hardens up her grief, turning to steel. "No more compromise. Rules are rules. If you won't follow them, I'll find someone who will." She pulls out her phone, and her board members look about as comfortable as cats at a dog show. Jim, the one with the permanent sunburn, tries to talk reason. "Maybe we could be flexible. Sam isn't hurting anyone." Brenda turns on him like a rabid dog. "Were you flexible when the Hendersons wanted a blue house, when the Guans put up a basketball hoop?" Her voice carries up and down the street, pulling in neighbors like moths to a bonfire. Old Mrs. Mitchell mutters something about young people and too much power. She's got a point. Grandpa stands, looks Brenda dead in the eye. "Ma'am, I've lived through a war, lost friends. I come out here to remember what peace feels like. This isn't a hobby, it's how I breathe. No HOA handbook's gonna take that from me." Brenda's face goes through every color in the paint aisle. "You've made your choice, Mr. Myers. Remember that when there are consequences." She storms off, and Tom just shakes his head. "Trouble," he mouths. Monday comes, blue skies, jasmine in the air, and I let myself believe maybe, just maybe, it's over. Grandpa heads out to fish, stubborn as always. Not about to let some suburban Napoleon ruin my meditation. If only I'd stopped him. 2:32 p.m. Brenda stands at the corner, shaking hands, phone out. My Ring camera catches it all. 911, there's a trespasser on HOA property, an elderly man aggressive, refusing to leave. I'm scared. You could see the performance from space. Maria Rodriguez, bless her, starts recording from her porch. She actually called the cops on old Sam. This is insane. 2:35. All hell breaks loose. 2 cruisers, sirens wailing, 4 officers. Treat my grandpa like he's about to rob Fort Knox. Sir, step away from the water. Grandpa's shaking, confused. I live here just fishing. I barrel out, heart-hammering, yelling, "This is our property." The lead officer, Davis, checks his tablet. According to county records, this is Lot 47B, private property owned by Arthur Myers. He looks at Brenda, color draining from her face. Ma'am, did you knowingly make a false emergency call? Davis apologizes to Grandpa, who's shaking like a leaf. You have every right to be here, sir. Brenda gets the warning, but honestly, she should have gotten cuffs. Police leave. The neighborhood stands in clusters, filming, whispering, but the damage is done. Grandpa sinks into his chair, and for the first time since Grandma died, he cries, quiet, broken. Why'd she do this to me, Arthur? I served my country, never hurt anyone. That's the moment something snapped in me. I couldn't explain to him why some people use power to hurt others, but I could damn sure do something about it. So I dove into boxes of family documents looking for any weapon I could use. 3 a.m, I find it, a yellowed envelope legal agreement from 1985. Turns out when my parents granted the lake easement, they put in a clause, if the HOA ever harassed or trespassed against us, they lose all lake rights instantly. Next morning I show Tom, his eyes go wide. This is the nuclear option. But you need evidence. Physical trespass, not just harassment. I'm already planning. What if I make her cross the line, Tom warns me. Play it smart. She's got city council code enforcement, but document everything. Then I show him 5 lowball offers to buy our house, all traced back to, you guessed it, Brenda. She's been trying to box us out for years. Why? Because we're the last private lake access. Control our lot. She owns the whole shoreline. Brenda's not just on a power trip, she's running a con. So I set the trap, a professional sign, at the Water Sam's fishing spot, private property, Myers family only. Ring cameras adjusted, Tom on standby. Day 1. Brenda nearly melts down but doesn't cross the line. Day 2, she brings her bored minions, measuring, muttering, but no trespass yet. Day 3, Brenda finally snaps, calls in a construction crew, directs them to put up a 6-foot chain link fence 18 inches onto our land, right over the property line, blocking our lake and casting a shadow on our solar panels. In California, that's $1,000 a day fine. The whole neighborhood's out, phones rolling. Tom's got it all from multiple angles. Brenda starts grandstanding. This lake belongs to all of us. No one family can monopolize access. Oh, the irony. Even the Rodriguez kids chime in. Isn't that illegal, blocking their solar? By noon, I've got everything I need. Trespass, property damage, and a dozen witnesses. I step out calmly. Brenda, your fence is on my property and blocking my solar. Please remove it. She sneers. Make me. Call the cops. See how that goes for you. Perfect public admission, all on camera. Next morning, Tom and I hit the county records office. Dorothy, the clerk, helps us pull plat maps and easements. Turns out the HOA never owned the lake, just permission for access at 5 spots. Every restriction, every fine, every fishing ban, 40 years of fraud. By my math, $2 million in stolen value from homeowners. That night, the HOA calls an emergency meeting. Brenda's trying to ban us permanently. The community center's packed air electric. Brenda's up there, full dictator mode, motioning for our ban. I stand, point of order. I have evidence the whole neighborhood needs to see. Brenda tries to shut me up, but Maria Rodriguez and half the room shout me down. I project the county record's original plat maps, easement documents. The HOA never owned the lake. You've all been paying extra following fake rules. The real kicker, Brenda's fence, criminal trespass caught by surveyor and 17 witnesses. By the original agreement, all lake access reverts to us today. The room explodes, people yelling about fines, bans, stolen benches, live streaming the chaos. Brenda tries to run, but Maria stands up. Let's talk about pollution, Brenda. I worked for the EPA, and I've been documenting your illegal chemical dumping for years. An EPA inspector walks in, hands Brenda a $500, $1,000 fine. The board votes her out on the spot. 1 month later, Grandpa's back at his fishing spot, kids learning the knots, Rodriguez family closest kin. Maria's the new HOA president. First act, abolish all lake restrictions. Brenda sold her house at a loss, vanished from town, her name toxic in every HOA group from here to Florida. And me. Still can't catch fish, but I did catch a president in her own web of lies. Here's the thing, bullies always think they're untouchable until the whole block bands together. Sometimes the biggest catch of your life isn't a fish, it's justice. So what's your HOA nightmare? Drop your story below. And if you think Brenda got exactly what she deserved, hit that like and subscribe. Let's keep shining a light on the bullies until there's nowhere left for them to hide.